Now inside of the library SSD database folder, we're going to create a new directory called extension. And inside of the extension directory, we're going to create the extension for MySQL. So new PHP class MySQL. Inside of the mysql.php file, make sure that the namespace is correct. So it's SSD database extension, which is basically the folder structure here, where this file obviously sits. After the namespace, we're going to use SSD database, and we're using the database class which we've created earlier. And our MySQL class will extend this class, so database. Now, by extending the class, all of the properties and methods which are not private are available to us from within the class which extends the main, in our case, abstract database class. So inside of this MySQL class, we're going to start with the protected schema, which is also defined inside of the database class, but hasn't got any values. This is where we're basically using the extensions to specify what schema it's going to be, and then all the connection details as well. So MySQL we're using, this is the MySQL extension. Then protected again, we're using host name, which is going to be db_host, constant which we've defined in our config file. Then protected, we have database equals db name, again from a config file. Protected username equals db user, and then protected password db pass. So now that we've specified the connection credentials for our database, we can create the constructor for our new MySQL class. So we start public function __ construct, and we'll take one parameter here, which is going to be array. We're preceding our array, and I'm going to set it to null with the array keyword to make sure that whatever is passed through is of the array type. If I scroll up a little bit, and now we simply check if is an empty array, then what we're going to be doing is going through our array using for each loop, and we go for array as key equals value, and we will basically reassign the properties. So this key in a curly brackets equals value. The only time when we're going to be passing any array is if we want to create another instance of our MySQL class with different connection details. Let's say we want to create another object which connects to the MySQL database stored on a different remote server, basically. So we have two databases we are basically working on. So this is when we would be pushing through basically this array with new connection details. And after this, we simply call parent, and we want to call constructor from the database class, so construct. And that's everything inside of our MySQL extension. We can now save and close the file. Now that our database and MySQL classes are created, we can remove the old dbase class file. So if we just hit delete and make sure that this file is gone, because we're going to be using obviously this new one in the following videos.